Clothe the Naked. This is the second Sunday of Lent, and our focus is on the third corporal works of mercy, Clothe the Naked. Clothing the naked is an act of mercy firmly grounded in the Hebrew Scriptures. Tobit instructed his son Tobiah, "Give to the naked some of your clothing," Tobias 4:16. And the prophet Ezekiel, speaking on God's behalf, stated, "If a man is just, if he does what is right, he clothes the naked." Ezekiel 18 verses 5 through 7. In Genesis, we find Joseph giving fresh clothing to his brothers when they came to Egypt. Genesis 45:22. And the Israelites, soldiers, giving clothes to their naked captives. 2 Corinthians 28:15. Nakedness is usually caused by extreme poverty. The homeless often feel invisible and untouchable, knowing that their clothes smell and are stiff from dirt and grime. A shower and some fresh clothing can turn around a person's attitude and day. Nakedness is humiliating, and clothing eliminates that embarrassment and shame. Jesus challenges us to go beyond our physical works of mercy in clothing the naked. He tells us to love your neighbor as yourself. We can physically do this by giving clothes to those who are in need of them. Or we can emotionally do this by touching their lives while clothing them with kind words and a smile. We can spiritually do this by clothing them with dignity as a child of God, eliminating the shame and humiliation that nakedness brings. We see Jesus modeling this dignity and respect in the stories of the gospel. One of the most famous modern-day examples of clothing the naked is Mother Teresa of Calcutta. Each morning, she would go out into the streets to find men and women too sick to care for themselves. She would carry them back to the hospice and bathe, clothe, and feed them. She believed everyone deserved to be treated with great dignity, and she actively helped the poor in her community all her life. She believed in little acts of kindness done with great love. Today, we will be hearing from someone in our own parish community who has been doing similar works in Jesus' name right here in Sonoma County. I will now turn it over to Dawn, who will be introducing our speaker for today.
Thank you, Nora, so much for participating in our Lenten celebration. So tell us about yourself, why you started your service with the homeless, and how long you've been with Resurrection.
Okay, well, I've been with Resurrection for probably 43
Wow.
years. Yeah, long time. And the reason I am sorting clothes here at Resurrection is that because of the COVID, we could no longer sort down at homeless service centers
Right.
through Catholic Charities. I did that for about 10 years. And we would sort at the Three Stone Marketplace, which is gone now.
Yeah,
And then on Fridays, we would hand out clothing to the homeless. So we get to meet them and encourage them on their day. And so when that stopped because of the COVID, about 4 or 5 of us volunteers were extremely frustrated and disappointed in like, what are we gonna do now? So we got together with Emily. She's a volunteer coordinator for charities, and Father Aaron had been part of our team serving a meal at St. John's. So we all got together. He gave us permission to use the choir room here. So it's been a couple months. And so on Wednesday, there are 5 of us. We get together and we sort, and he's put a nice announcement in the bulletin as to what we want, what we don't want. Yet we're still getting things we don't want.
Right.
That's another story, but it's a pretty funny story.
Yeah.
So it's really worked out well, and the 5 of us are we're so happy to be here.
Well, I love your spirit. Tell us what you gain out of this. Like, what's the gift that you gain out of what you do?
The gift that I get is it fulfills my need to help those in need.
Right.
And I receive more than I get. You know, I think Jesus said, to those that have been given, much is expected.
Right.
So that's pretty important. But I love the team I work with. We get lots of laughter, and I have friends bringing clothes to my home. They'll call and say, in fact, on the way out here for the interview, I had a call from a friend saying, "I've got these clothes for you." I said, "Well, if they're appropriate for the homeless, we don't really want high heels.
Right.
And there are certain items we get that we could have a style show. It would be pretty funny." But it's just been really wonderful. And Father has been wonderful.
Yeah.
So so.
Well, for those watching, if they want to participate, you're a great example of how amazing it can be to help the homeless. So thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, and if they're interested, they should call Emily at Catholic Charity. She's the coordinator for
Right.
volunteers. And she'll direct them, she'll interview them and see where they fit best. And I have to tell you, it's a wonderful gift, and I'm so blessed.
Well, you're a remarkable woman. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.